Now, we all know the kids say the darndest things, but did you know the kids also say the scariest things? Yeah, that's right. Some kids are evil. Have you ever seen Chucky? Don't trust them kids. Don't trust them at all. And I'll prove it in Gacha. Why? I don't know. The first one we're gonna be reacting to is by Shimmer Gacha. I honestly want to know what kind of scary things the kids are gonna be saying. Let's find out together, alright? Check out their channel, alright? Warning. This video contains some chilling stories. Viewer discretion advised. I can take it. I can take
children. Such delightful additions to our everyday lives. They're cute and sweet and learning everything for the first time. And then your kid goes and says something like, "Goodbye, Dad," said my 2-year-old son. "No, we say good night." "I know, but this time it's goodbye."
No! This is why I don't like kids! No! Is it just me or this sounds like Dan Tedium a little bit? Oh my god, and Dan Tedium just had a baby. Someone should warn him.
A mother asked her daughter what she was thinking about, and she replied, "I'm imagining the waves of blood rushing over me." I
Where do
caught
these
my
stories
daughter
come
saying,
from?
"Die, die, die, die." So I ask, "What's that you're saying?" And she turns to face me and just whispers, "Die."
Again, you know, if you see last episode, alright, Gacha's out there, freaking, my little nephew is always talking about scary things. He loves Five Nights at Freddy's, by the way, and he'll just look up really scary things, but he gets scared really easy in real life, but he loves to look up creepy things for whatever reason. He's always talking about how his arm's off. I don't know why his arm gets cut off all the time in his imagination, but like, that's kind of scary if you think about it. So he probably would be the one saying these kinds of things.
"So I shouldn't throw him in the fire," said my 3-year-old daughter while holding her baby brother for the first time.
No, yeah, that's a no. That's
Daddy,
a negative.
remember that time we died? I wake to find my 3-year-old standing by my bed, staring at me with a huge grin on his face. "What are you doing?" I finally
I like
say.
how Gacha has a
"Nothing," he
knife.
says, still grinning. At this point I realize he's got his hands behind his back. "Are you holding something?" "No." I look anyway. He's hiding the largest carving knife behind his back.
Oh, throw the kids out. Throw them out. Have you seen that one video? What? Let me see if I can find it. This freaking video.
Let me see what you have. No!
Exactly. Freaking evil. All kids are evil. It's just true. Sorry if you're a kid. I hate to tell you the truth like that.
We got my little sister a puppy for Christmas. When she woke up and saw the dog, she said, "My baby, it's not time for you yet," and tried to pick up the dog and shove it in her mouth.
What?
We had just...
It's not time for you yet. Poor dog. You never touch dogs that way, okay? And this is coming from a guy that freaking when I was like a little kid, like
Little kid.
I remember like for some reason I was mean to animals, and like I actually remember it, and that's the thing that sucks really bad because I love animals so much now. I can't believe I was ever mean to them because, and I don't even know why. Because my evil kid instincts just, I couldn't help myself. You know, they say that's the signs of you being a serial killer. I am not. I am not.
just moved into a new house and 2 kids showed up at the door.
Okay, alright, I would like to clarify, the dogs are okay. They survived,
I asked if I could help them. One of them said, "Our mum wants us to tell you, the old people who used to live here are buried at the end of the road." They ran off and I've never seen those kids again to this day. As I was driving down the road, my kid was about to nod off.
Last
right before
time
the
I
lights
died
changed, he said, "Last time I died in a fire." "Mum, I promise I won't ever chew on your bones. I promise."
Why would that be something anyone is concerned of?
My 4-year-old son asked my pregnant sister if there was a baby in her belly. She said yes. With a completely straight face, he slid from his chair and headed for the kitchen, saying, "We need to get it out. I'll go get the knife."
Okay, as evil as that is, I can kind of understand the logic. Bruh. But bruh.
My daughter saw me getting dry skin off my shoulder after bad sunburn and asked if she could keep my skin flakes and put them in a jar so when I die she can make a mummy mask to remember me always.
Kids? No. No more kids, ever. Kids are banned and they're all illegal. I'm sorry. I guess the human race is not gonna go on anymore. No more kids.
My 3-year-old daughter stood next to her new baby brother and looked at him for a while, then turned to me and said, "Daddy, it's a monster. We should bury it."
What? It's always with the monsters. They're always monsters. I don't get it.
At my great-uncle's funeral, my daughter asked when he was going to turn into a zombie.
That's not scary. That's funny. I'm sure at the funeral, no one else thought it was funny, but I sure think it's funny. That's funny.
I was sound asleep, and around 6 a.m. I was awoken by my 4-year-old daughter's face inches from mine. She looked right into my eyes and whispered, "I want to peel all your skin off."
What's wrong with these kids? Someone get them kids.
Drew a picture of a black monster, looked up at me and said, "He told me to draw this. He's coming for you. You better hide."
Run! That's straight out of a horror movie.
My 6-year-old son asked my mother to lay down on her stomach. Then he sat on her butt and started bouncing up and down and proclaimed, "Thanks, Discover Channel."
Oh, this is horrible.
To sleep, there isn't anything under your bed.
That
To
is
which my
cursed,
son
though.
replied, "You're right. He's behind you now." "Daddy, I love you so much that I want to cut off your head and carry it around so I can see your face whenever I want."
That sounds like true love to me. Oh no. Oh. Honestly, they actually have a part 2. Go react to it, alright? It's Shimmer Gacha. Go check them out. Alright, this next one is by Midnight Laura. This is 9 creepy things that kids have said. Gotcha verse. As always, guys, go check out Midnight Laura, alright? Because they're the ones that made it. Link down below. It says 9 here, but now it says 17. Clickbait. It's like I'm getting mad for getting more than what they said. How dare you give me more? I want less.
There are 3 dead kids buried in our backyard.
Oh, it's as Mr. Nightmare. I know Mr. Nightmare. It's creepy.
They told me where we could find them. My daughter had an imaginary friend named Sally. She told me once about how Sally was in jail for chopping her mother's head off. One night, I was babysitting my friend's children. The youngest, who was about 5 years old, drew a picture of a woman hanging from the ceiling. She looked up at me and said, "She told me to draw this. She's coming for you. Hide."
We're seeing a pattern here. Imaginary friends. When your kid says they have an imaginary friend, you cut that crap out right now. You cut it out. You say no. Tell your imaginary friend to go home and kick rocks.
I was looking after my little cousin in Montana one night, and he started telling me about the creeper man who lives in his mom and dad's bedroom. He brings it up after he visits them. I made the mistake once of asking what he looks like. He said, "Oh, he doesn't have a face."
So he's Slender Man. Okay, got it. Got it.
I once babysat a girl named Sarah who used to love when I babysat. I know this because her mom used to tell me how she always requested me over the others. But Sarah took it a step further one evening and said,
They want to wear your
"When
skin.
you die, I want to put you in a glass jar so I can keep you and see you forever."
This is exactly what the other one said. These freaking kids with glass jars and skin
I
and
lost my
pictures.
boyfriend to a stray bullet a few months back, and when I went to visit his little cousin for a few days after it happened, he came up to me while I was crying. He asked me why I was crying, and so I told him that I missed my boyfriend. He gets this confused look on his face and then says, "Why?" He's sitting on the front porch.
No. I can't. How could I ever have kids after freaking hearing this? Do kids have a connection to like spirits somehow? What is it? I feel like they just mess with you on purpose. Huh? Are you a kid out there? You just stop. Scaring me. No pack passes for you.
After tucking him in,
Dude, this kid's eyes is white. Like, that should have been the first sign, cat lady.
he said, "You know, I'd never killed anybody. They didn't have to take my arm. But the
arm! What did I say? I freaking said it. There's always something about the arm. The arm thing. I really think what it is kids, they freaking get on the YouTube, they see Slender Man, they see the creepypastas, and then they just come up with the stuff in their head. Because the thing is, they have the most insane imagination. Like, seriously, they can go on and on and on and on. If only people can keep that same imagination when they grow up into adults, they would be the best storytellers ever, because they just go everywhere with their story. You ever see a story where it just has like too many twists and turns and it's like, I can't take this seriously? Well, imagine if kids, well, my arm went off and then the Hulk came and smashed me. And guess what? There was a rhino there, and he got hit by an airplane, and then the world exploded, and then I was Superman.
My
It's
friend
literally
and I
how
were
it is.
babysitting her 4-year-old cousin one night, and she really believed in all that reincarnation stuff, and decided to test out her theories on her little cousin. She began asking him questions that he didn't quite understand, but then stated it simply. "What were you before?" He replied that he was a conductor and waved his hands in the motion that a conductor would.
Okay.
The problem with this was that the little boy was born blind.
How does he know what... Oh. He wouldn't know what a conductor looks like. Oh, that's so weird. I've always wondered that. How do blind people dream? Because they must dream, but it might not be in a way that we think of dreaming. Oh man, that's so weird. That's so weird to think about.
I watched a few kids while their parents were at a movie. I put the youngest kid to bed and watched TV till the parents came home. The next day, the parents called. According to the 4-year-old kid, I stood in the doorway and stared at him for a very long time, smiling. I was so confused and didn't know what to say.
Just don't ever babysit either. Don't have kids, don't babysit. Don't go near those kids.
They're spooky.
This is the creepiest thing the child have said. Mom, I like Justin Bieber. Ah! Wait. Am I the only one who noticed at the beginning it says 17 things? That's what I said. It clearly said 17 things. Maybe they made like 3 parts or something. The scariest things kids always say. Will you marry me? Okay. The creepiest thing I always say when I'm angry. I want to cut the people. Yeah, just... I don't know what to say other than stop. Stop all kids. One day when I was about 8, I drew a picture of a girl with no eyes, just empty sockets. I scared myself and I told my mom, we have to burn it. It's gonna take us all. My mom told me to keep it because it was a good drawing, but I scrunched it up and put it in the bin. See? It's like kids, they just like, they don't know where it comes from. They just start drawing things, evil things that you see in horror movies. And they're like, what did I just do? Why did I do that? See, you snapped out of it. You're like, snapped out of it. And all of a sudden, you realize what you were doing. See, I drew weird crap too. Well, I wonder what I did. Like I said, I was mean. I was kind of mean to our dogs. And I remember just, I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. Hopefully, if you're a kid, you won't say evil things and make me scared. Please stop. And then you can get a hit pass. Gotchas out there. Don't forget to check out the channels down below. There's actually more of these videos if you want to look them up, all right? Feel free to check them out. And let me know if you want me to do more stuff like this and more suggestions. All right, Gotchas? Beware of them kids. All right? Bye-bye.